At one point, all I can see is Madonna's bottom floating above my head. The Queen of Pop is suspended midair above my seat gyrating on a perspex platform and, frankly, I don't know where to look. It's one of many wonderfully barmy moments that just kept on coming during a 2.5-hour set, that brimmed with originality, controversy, and endless talking points. The biggest one perhaps was just how does she do it? For a 65-year-old who cheated death in the summer following a stint in intensive care after being found unconscious in her apartment, this was a comeback worthy of Lazarus. And you couldn't take your eyes off her as she simulated sex with topless dancers, shared a lingering kiss with another, all while clad in her de rigueur fishnets and negligee. Talk about putting the sex into sexagenarian. Illuminated by a vast halo of lights suspended from the ceiling, she opened with Nothing Really Matters in a black replica of the Gautier kimono from the song's video. Into the groove saw Madonna sashaying down a 50-feet runway with a gaggle of colorfully haired, NYC punks, while she seductively straddles a chair during Open Your Heart, Christine Keeler style. After performing her hit Burning Up, Madonna had to stop the show briefly as she explained there was a problem with the sound and they had to press the reset button. "This is exactly what you don't want to happen on your opening night," she laughed. But the mishap didn't faze her and she deftly regaled the crowd with moving anecdotes about her early days in New York as she found her musical feet. "I was an anorexic dancer for a couple of years. I was broke and homeless and hungry, but I was not about to go back 'cause I'm not a quitter," she said. "When I was broke I had no money to take a bath or a shower, so I would actually date men who had showers and bathrooms." After the minor sound hiccup, there were other similarly reflective moments interspersed among the hits such as Holiday. "I didn't think I was going to make it, neither did my doctors," she recalled of her brush with death this summer. "I forgot 5 days of my life, or my death, I don't really know where I was. But the angels were protecting me and my children were there, and my children always save me every time." She added that her secret to her survival was thinking of her children before leading a rousing sing-along of I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Up close, as well as on the unforgiving big, high-definition screens, Madonna showed no ill effects from her health drama. In fact, during a particularly high-tempo hung-up, at one point she was crawling cat-like on all fours along the floor, before energetically springing back up again. Earlier she was blindfolded as 4 half-naked female dancers wrapped their legs around her, one of whom received a long kiss for her troubles. And the male dancers were equally lascivious, with one over-attentive chap grabbing her breast, and pretending to lick it. It was raunchy stuff, but nothing we wouldn't came to expect, and it clearly wasn't too X-rated for her kids as her daughter Astaire proceeded to appear on stage to steal the show. Resplendent in a gold jumpsuit, the 10-year-old displayed some remarkable dance moves worthy of her mother during Vogue, after earlier hitting the DJ decks. Then it was 27-year-old Lorde Moment who joined her mum for a sweet segment where they pretended to rate dancers, strictly style, with scorecards. After singing her song Little Star, Madonna also turned to the conflict in the Middle East. "It breaks my heart to see children suffering, teenagers suffering, elderly people suffering. All of it is heartbreaking," she said. "Even though our hearts are broken, our spirits cannot be broken." There were other quieter, more poignant moments, including a tribute to public figures and stars who have died of AIDS, including Freddie Mercury, and tennis ace Arthur Ashe, and a photograph of the late Sinead O'Connor got a wild reception when it was shown on the large screens, before a medley of celebration and music riotously upped the tempo again. After 40 years, Madonna would have been excused for dialing down the live performances, and taking life at a more sedate pace. But after this bombastic and all-action affair, it seems she's only getting started. Setlist in full. It's a celebration. Video intro: nothing really matters, everybody into the groove, burning up, open your heart, holiday in this life. Intermission: live to tell like a prayer, including elements of Girl Gone Wild, Act of Contrition, Unholy and Let's Go Crazy. Blonde Ambition interlude, including elements of Living for Love, Fever, Erotica and Justify My Love. Erotica, Justify My Love. Fever, Hung Up, including elements of Fever, Hung Up on Tokisha and Gangsta. Bad Girl Ballroom interlude, includes elements of Uptown Suite, Break My Soul, Queen's Remix, and Vogue. Vogue, Human Nature, Crazy for You, The Beast Within, Die Another Day, Don't Tell Me, Mother and Father, Little Star, Acapella, I Will Survive, La Isla Bonita, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, I Don't Search, I Find. Intermission: Bedtime Story, Ray of Light, Train Like a Virgin, includes elements of Billie Jean, The Way You Make Me Feel and Angel. Bitchin' Madonna celebration, music,